Today let's have some fun drawing Tigger. We'll start first with his head, and specifically I'm going to start with his nose. So I'll start with a curved line that goes over the top and then two other curved lines to finish it off. It looks like an upside down, very rounded triangle. Then we have this line that comes from this part of that nose. It comes around. And I'll do a line on the other side that mirrors that one and meets it in the middle. A lot of times I do that because it's easier to make it even if I do it that way. So here's the inside of his mouth. That's another curved line that goes around. And then the outside of his mouth. I start parallel and I get a little bit farther away on the bottom and then closer again. So now we have his jaw. All right, now we'll start with the top part of his head. So I'll draw a great big curved line that comes up like that, and another one on the other side to meet it. Then on the inside I have a curved line that's kind of parallel to the top of his nose. And then two lines that go up at an angle, but not all the way to the top of his head. Because then we have a line that goes from one of those lines to the other one, and it's parallel with the top of his head. Two dots for eyes. Make it a little bit bigger. And another dot. And two eyebrows. Now for his ears. Start with a line, comes out, makes a big circle, turns around and goes back. And you need one on the other side too. Just like it starts out and then it changes its mind and comes back the other way. Then a line that comes from the inside like that. All right, now we're going to do the inside of his tummy. And I'm going to use a guide dot. I'm going to decide how far down I want that to go. And I've drawn my guide dot. You can barely see it. But I know that I just need to draw my line down to that guide dot. It helps me keep control of how big I'm making things. Guide dots are very handy. Then the outside of his tummy. So I'll start here. And this is all the way around, parallel to the line that's in the center. Like two great big curved lines. Okay, now for his arms. So I'll draw the top line on his arm that comes and curves down like that. And then I'll do the one on the other side. And then I'll make the inside line. And I'll do that on the other side too. Now his paws look a lot like mittens, and so I'll start with a curved line for the big part of the mitten, and a little curved line for the thumb, and the same thing on the other side. Okay, now just for the legs, that's all we need, that and the tail. So curved line that comes down, and another curved line inside of it for the inside of the leg. I'll do the same thing on the other side. And then a curved line to make the foot on both sides. Now the next thing is a tail. So tails can be in different positions, so you might want to make yours going in a different direction. That's fine. And then the last thing is the tiger stripes, and all you really have to do is draw points around the outside of his arm, because that's how the artist actually did it when they invented Tigger. So we have some on the sides of his belly too, and on the other side. And then on his legs, these ones kind of they curve a little bit to make his legs look like they have volume. So make two curved lines that meet into an angle like that. We'll do the same thing on the other side. And then his tail has to have some. So there we have a picture of Tigger. Now you can use this picture to tell a story about what Tigger is doing that day. Put him in a place like a park or a store, or maybe a woods or a jungle or a beach, or anything else you can think of. Come up with some kind of a story about what Tigger is doing that day. Maybe add some of his friends.